And then all hell broke loose. Srinivasulu wanted to expose the self-styled godman. He wanted to tell the whole world that this astrologer, the so-called Swami, who said he had been blessed with divine traits, was a fake. And that was not an easy task. Let's listen in to what his wife had to say.
ಅವನ ಆರೋಪ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸುಳ್ಳು ಸರ್, ನಾನು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ರೆಡಿ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ.
ಅದನ್ನ ಸುಳ್ಳು ಅಂತ
ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರಿಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು, ನಮ್ಮಪ್ಪ ಮಾಡಿದಕ್ಕೆ ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರಿಗೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ.
ನಾನು ದುಡ್ಡು ತಾನು ಸಂಪಾದಿಸಿ
ಅವನು ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ಮನಾಗ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಲ್ಲ, 5,000 ಬಾಡಿಗೆ, 5,000 ಮನೆ ಖರ್ಚು, ಹೆಂಗ ಅವನ ಸೈಡ್ ಸಂಪಾದನೆ ಮಾಡ್ದ?
While the husband alleges infidelity, the wife alleges domestic violence. That's not all. Tulasi rejects Naidu's claims and goes on to say she will prove him wrong. Now, Naidu's wife seeks to separate from him.
ಇವ್ರನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಬೀದಿಗೆ ಇಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಈಗ ಇಷ್ಟು ದಿನ ನಮಗೆ ಬೆನ್ನತ್ತಿದ್ದೇನು, ಸೈಡ್ ಬರ್ಕೊಡು. ಈಗ ಸೈಡ್ ಬೇಡ ಅಂತ ಏನೋ ನಿರೂಪಿಸ್ತಾನಂತೆ, ನಿರೂಪಿಸ್ಲಿ. ಮುಂದೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅವನು ಡೈವರ್ಸಿಗೆ ಸೈನ್ ಹಾಕ್ಲಿ ಸರ್. ನಾನು ಮುಂದೆ ಏನೂ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವನು ನನ್ನ ಪಾಡಿಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು. ನನ್ನ ಪಾಡಿಗೆ ನಾನು ನೆಮ್ಮದಿಯಿಂದ ಇರ್ತೀನಿ. ಅವ್ನು ನನ್ನ ವಿಷಯಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಬಾರ್ದು, ನನ್ನ ಜಗಳಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಬಾರ್ದು. ನಾನು ಹೆಂಗೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪ ಅಮ್ಮನ ಹತ್ರ ನೆಮ್ಮದಿಯಿಂದ ಇದ್ದೀನ, ಅಷ್ಟು ಸಾಕು. ಇವನ್ನ ಕಟ್ಕೊಂಡು 10 ವರ್ಷ ಯಾವ ಸುಖನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಈಗಲೂ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕು, ನಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪ ಅಮ್ಮನ ಜೊತೆ ಇರ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು, ಸಾಕು ನನಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇನೆ.
This has been the sordid tale of a couple who wanted divine intervention to get a child. But the one who they thought would provide the much needed succor in their lives has only managed to drive a wedge between them. How much worse can it get? A News9 report.
Here's the story of a lecherous man who had his eyes on his manservant's wife. What did he do to have his desire fulfilled? What happened thereafter? Here is a heart-wrenching story. Take a look.
When luck comes knocking at your door, it's a feeling of its own. But when fate plays spoil sport, your life is certain to be doomed. Today, the protagonist of our story has turned victim to destiny's evil games. Meet the devastated Rajeshwari. Rajeshwari's life changed drastically on that fateful day, February 20th, 2014. Rajeshwari was sitting at her office and looking into some papers when she got a call from the HSR police station. The inspector in charge at the police station informed her that a complaint had been filed against her. Rajeshwari was called to the police station immediately, but she had no idea about what she had done. She was shocked out of her wits and had no idea about who had filed a complaint against her. She chose to go to the police station to know more about what she had done. As soon as Rajeshwari arrived at the HSR police station, she was shocked beyond belief to see her family in police custody. Her aged mother was sitting on a bench at the police station with 2 of her children. Rajeshwari could not stop her tears from rolling down her eyes.
ನನ್ನ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಇದನ್ನ ಮರೆಯೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ನನಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗಾಗಿರೋ ಕಷ್ಟ. ಅವತ್ತು 20ನೇ ತಾರೀಕು ನಮ್ಮ ಅರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡೋಗಿ ನಾವು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾವೇನು ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು, ನನ್ನ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಎತ್ತಿರೋದು. ನನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ನಾನು ಎತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿ, ನನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಕಳುಗಳನ್ನ ಏನು ತಿಳಿದಿದ್ದ ಮಕ್ಕಳುಗಳ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ನ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡೋಗಿರೋ ರೀತಿ ನೆನೆಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನದು ನಮ್ಮ ಕೈಲಿ ಮರೆಯೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಅಷ್ಟು 20 ತಾರೀಕು ಅಷ್ಟು ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗಿದೆ.
Rajeshwari was made to do the things she never thought she would do. She was made to visit a police station. What's more, her children too were arrested by the cops. Though she questioned the cops over and over again, she got no proper response about what her family and she had done. Rajeshwari only wanted to know what the complaint was about and who had filed it. After a lot of pleading, the cops finally revealed to her that the complaint was filed by one Arun Kumar. Interestingly, Arun Kumar was the owner of properties worth crores. For all the houses that he lent out on rent, he made over 7 lakh rupees from it. He was indeed a highly influential man. When a man as influential as Arun approached the cops, they had no option but to register the complaint that he wanted to file against Rajeshwari. It was because of the pressure put by him upon the cops that they went ahead and took into custody not just Rajeshwari but her entire family. When Rajeshwari learnt of Arun Kumar having filed the complaint against her, she was shell-shocked, wondering why. Arun Kumar was no stranger to her. He was her husband. Yes, you heard that right. Arun Kumar and Rajeshwari were married to each other.
ಆಫೀಸಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸಕ್ಕೆ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ಯಂತಮ್ಮ ನಿನ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ ಈ ಥರ ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅರುಣ್ ಕುಮಾರ್ ಅಂತ. ಆವಾಗ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ನಾನು ಅವ್ರ ಆಫೀಸಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋಳಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರ ಹೆಂಡತಿ ಅವ್ರ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಗೆ ಸೇರಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಏಕಾಏಕಿ ಈ ಥರ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಈ ಥರ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. ನನಗೆ ಆವಾಗೇ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದ್ದು ನಮ್ಮ ಯಜಮಾನರು ನನ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆವಾಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಹೆಂಗಾಯ್ತು ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ನೆನೆಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ.
Rajeshwari was receiving shock after shock. First, she saw her family being taken into police custody, and then she learned that it was not anyone else who had filed a complaint against her, but it was her own husband. When the cops took Rajeshwari's statement, they too were quite surprised. At first, the cops did not believe Rajeshwari. Later, they couldn't help but believe her because she had proof to back all the statements she made. She presented documents and photos to prove that Arun Kumar was the man she was married to. The cops were now in a fix. They were confused about why a man would file a complaint against his wife and her family. However, Rajeshwari did have a clue. She narrated the entire story to the cops, giving them a clear picture about his intention. Rajeshwari took them on a flashback to 15 years ago. Rajeshwari was a young woman back in the days and was extremely beautiful to look at. Rajeshwari, who hailed from Tamil Nadu, happened to come to Anekal one day. There was a farm in Bestamanahalli in Anekal where one Muniraj used to work, whom she had come to meet. Rajeshwari decided to stay back at the farmhouse for a few days because it was the festive occasion of Ganesh Chaturthi, and she was a God-fearing woman who chose to perform all the pujas.
ಗಣೇಶನ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ 3 ದಿವಸ ಡೈಲಿ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲ ನಾನೇ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಆವಾಗ ಅರುಣ್ ಕುಮಾರ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ನನಗೂ ಪರಿಚಯ ಆಯಿತು. ಅರುಣ್ ಕುಮಾರ್ ಅವರು ಹೂವು ಮತ್ತು ಊದುಬತ್ತಿ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ತೊಗೊಬಂದ್ಕೊಡೋದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಅರುಣ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಫ್ಲೋರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಮನೆ ಇತ್ತು, ಆ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಗಣೇಶನ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು. ಅವರು ಪೂಜೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ರೂಮು ಬೀಗ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಆವಾಗ ನನಗೆ ಕೀ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ರು ನನ್ನ ಕೈಲಿ, ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡುವ ಹೋಗಮ್ಮ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಇವ್ರು ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಬಂದು ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡಮ್ಮ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಹೂವು ತಂದು ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕೀ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಹೋಗಿ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡಮ್ಮ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಹಂಗೆ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ನನಗೂ ಪರಿಚಯ ಆಯಿತು.
The farm where Muniraj used to work was owned by Arun Kumar. Muniraj was Rajeshwari's husband back in those days. Yes, Rajeshwari was married to Muniraj very early in life, and the couple was soon blessed with 2 children. Rajeshwari came all the way from Tamil Nadu to Anekal only to see her husband, but her husband's boss had his eyes on her ever since the first time he saw her. He went ahead and asked her out for marriage one fine day.
ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲ ಒಂದಿನ ಇವರು, ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಮದುವೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ, ನೀವು ಇಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟರೆ ನಾನು ಮದುವೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ, ನೀವು ತುಂಬ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ ನನಗೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಅವಾಗ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲ, ನನಗೆ ಮದುವೆ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಮದುವೆ ಆಗಿ ಮತ್ತೆ 2 ಮಕ್ಕಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. ಹಂಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರು, ಇಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ, ನನ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂದರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲ ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಮದುವೆ ಆಗಿದೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಯಜಮಾನರು ಮುನ್ರಾಜ್ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವಾಗ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ತೋರಿಸ್ದೆ ನಾನು.